Starting. And we are live. This is Discordia and Desmadre. My name is Jaime Heartbreaker. And we have, who do we got over here?
LZ, LZ
LZ.
live from the East Coast, repping the East Coast tonight, baby.
Oh, shit. We got both coasts. I'm over here in the West Coast. As you can see, it's nice and sunny out here. Perfect weather out here in Cali.
We like to keep the lights off out here. Let's go.
Ah!
Let's get
So, for
it.
those that don't know what Discordia and Desmadre is, so the thing is, we wanted to start this because we wanted to talk about topics that that aren't being talked about.
Yeah, that's right. And it's about expression more than anything, man. Like the one thing that caught my attention was that I mean we all came from a similar place, but um but yeah, it's just a doper platform.
Yeah, man. We have some three meaty topics today, like a hamburger. It's gonna be, yeah, yeah. The hell? Hold up, I'm having sound issues. Wait, can I hear you? Can you hear me?
Sounds good on this side, man. You good?
All right, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So we got three topics today. We're gonna talk about social media. We're gonna talk about primas, and we're gonna talk about kids. Random question to get this thing started. Who is your favorite porn star right now?
Chip, my favorite porn star, bro. I don't even. I wouldn't say I have a favorite porn star.
Well, who's the
To
one
be
that you've
honest, like
been?
I don't know any fucking names.
You don't? Okay.
Um, nah, yeah. I just to be honest, bro. I just like on and see whatever comes up first on the feed. You know what I mean? So, but
All right.
there've been a few that like what's messed up. There's been a few that catch my attention, but by the time I get back, like I
What
always forget
happened?
the name. So,
Oh,
so
you
yeah,
forget.
like
Oh, that's
there's been a
true.
few that get my attention, and then I forget the names, and it's like a bitch to find it again.
Yeah, man, because you got that thing in incognito mode. The second you close out that tab, it's gone forever, bro. Um,
Done.
there's this one girl named Anna Blossom. I highly recommend her. It's just some homemade stuff, nothing too fancy, but I don't know, man. She's just got a nice dick sucking face. Those like girls that have like the nice dick sucking face, and you're like, you were meant to do this. Like this is your calling.
Checking out the gram right now, the Instagram.
I don't know if she's on Grant. She might be. She might be actually.
Uh, no, it
So,
doesn't look like it. We'll
so
see.
talking about the gram. So let me ask you this: do you have social media? Do you have like an Instagram? And
Yeah,
okay,
I don't
and
use it as much, but yeah, I do have it.
do you are you like a regular poster, or you kind of just lurk on there?
Like Instagram is like more like I try not to put anything like for like all of like the business that I do, and then I'll try to like check out, like maybe find like prospective clients and things like that.
Okay,
And
so
then
you're using it for business. You're not
yeah,
using it for personal.
yeah, not really for personal. I definitely don't put anything about like, my personal life or anything like that on there.
Yeah.
I'll post like a few things like, but mostly on the stories. So to be honest, I maybe have, well, there we go. I use Rick's line. I have like 10 pictures on there total. But I know some,
Oh shit.
but I do think it's fun though. I like out of all of them, I like Instagram more than anything.
Yeah. Wait, you on Facebook and shit?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, but to be like I don't really like log on Facebook anymore. Like very seldom.
Yeah. Facebook is one of those things that it replaced MySpace. If you remember those days, remember the MySpace
Yeah, I
days?
remember that. Remember that.
Man, see, this is what I miss about the MySpace days is you used to be able to rank your friends. I think it was like the top 5 or top 8 and it
Yep.
was public information. So you knew where
Yep.
you stood with your friends, with your girlfriend, with you. Like that was, we don't have that type of transparency anymore. And I miss that because you know where you rank. You know why I screen your call because you're obviously number 8, and you know I'm hanging out with my
Exactly.
numbers
Yeah.
1 and 2, bro. It's like you can't be doing that, man.
And when your girl was like number three, and then like,
Oh
like,
yeah, dude.
yo, look, you're there for a reason, man.
I remember
No, yeah, I miss that too. I miss like being able to kind of customize everything on the page itself, and
yeah, I learned how to code a little bit. I learned how to code, man.
yeah,
Like, cause you had to do some like customization. You had to go on the code, and you'd have to type shit in and add images, and dude, that shit was crazy, man. But I remember
videos.
I had a girl that would like literally like she's like, "What's your password?" Like, I gotta update this. Like, there's no way I'm number 3. I'm like, yeah, because there's my boys that were like I knew before you, and I'm gonna know after you. And right now you're number 3 because we've been dating for a while. But that's it. Like,
Yep.
yeah, man. But so we've had a few people lately go through like a digital detox where they kind of try to go offline. They didn't try to go on social media or Discord or whatever. And I kind of went through that phase too, where like I just got really pissed off one day about Instagram, and I deleted all my photos. I didn't delete my account, but I deleted all my photos, and I just wrote something and I uploaded it. I'm like, this is it. I'm done with Instagram. It's like, because I saw like the psychological effect that it was having on me. Like I was waking up every morning, checking my feed, seeing who liked my shit, and like seeing what people were up to. And I was like, wait, why am I doing all this? Like, I don't understand. Why is it in our nature to do that? What do you
Yeah,
think?
word. Nah, word. I feel the same way, but there was actually an episode on there where it was like all based on your rank, and it was something. It was an app like Instagram, but it was based off of points. Did you ever watch that? Did you ever
What,
watch that show?
is it Black Mirror?
Black Mirror. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I think my boy told me to watch that specific episode where like they had like their phones and they would like give people like credit or something, or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So basically, like, it was it was like based on whatever your rank was on Instagram, or it wasn't Instagram, but it was
It was
whatever
just
your
like
social
social credit.
media rank was. Exactly. And it took the like right now, you know how you could like people's posts and do all that. It took it to like
Hmm.
another level. So it was like this kind of social ranking system where if you got over a certain rank, like you'd have better credit, you could rent better cars, you could like, it just meant that people like you. You could even lose your job if your rank got a little bit too low because
That's
they can't
crazy.
have people with that low rank. So it was like everybody was just doing everything to be fake. You know what I mean? Like everybody was just
Yeah.
doing everything so that everybody else could like it. And it took like I think that's one of the main things that like a lot of us grow up with. Like I know I had a hard time growing up like that. Like I wanted to make sure and it's like a normal part, like making sure that you fit in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So then, like when you don't, you feel ostracized. But this one took it to another level where, at the end of the episode, if you watch the episode, it's like the girl's locked up and they take out her ability to rank herself or to see her rank, and it's like her whole like everything shifts and she's act free. So we kind of see that starting off, and like it's kind of scary to think where it's leading down. You know what I mean?
You know, it's actually in China, they're doing that right now in certain like villages. Usually like
Huh.
with the older people, it's all voluntary. Like they didn't like say, hey, you guys have to do this. But basically, what they would do is every day they would post people's like social credit by the bus stops, like everywhere, and it had everyone's name, and it's said so and so this and that,
Oh
and
wow.
people would like do good deeds. And I think there was this one guy who wasn't able to catch the bus or the train because his
Hmm.
credit was too low, and he had to make a donation to raise his credit, his social credit, so he could take the train back to his house. So that's
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
China's doing it already. I think that's really crazy. My biggest thing though is like, at what point do you consider this like a mental disorder? Because maybe not necessarily with dudes, but I follow like a lot of girls, and like if they I don't there's like some girls that will not miss a day without posting. Like they have to post. And I don't think they're doing
Yeah,
it for a business. I don't think they're doing like they're not influencers. They're not like getting 100,000 followers yet. But
right, right, right.
I just see like the habit. It's just like boom, every day you got to post something every day, every day, every day, every day, and it's like always smiling or always doing something. I'm like, at this point, it's kind of like I don't know, it's a red flag to me.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. I think that people get more and more obsessed with themselves. Like the more that you're on social media, you get more and more obsessed with yourself and the need to have the approval of everybody else because you don't want to post some corny shit that like nobody's gonna like. You know what I mean? And then if nobody does like it, you're like, oh man, how should I change it? How should I? And it's like
Hmm.
the more you get obsessed with yourself, the less that you actually are yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's true. I've seen that
It's
time and
it's
time
it's kind
again
of
where
crazy.
uh, we go to like situations, we go to concerts, or we're doing something cool. You know, we're traveling, and everyone has that like that initiate like reaction to just like take out their phone and like record it or take a photo. Like you go to concerts now, and like you have everyone's got their phone up, everyone's recording, no one's even enjoying the actual show. Everyone's just like I just feel like I want to see what that looks like from the artist perspective. Just like everyone in this crowd, just like with their phones, like what the hell, man? Like so I went to an event, this DJ called Lane 8, and he when you scan your ticket, they took your phone, and you weren't allowed to have it on you, and you had like your own locker. So the tour was called This Never Happened. So the whole idea was like since nobody recorded it, this never really happened.
That's pretty dope.
And you got people that say now like, hey, did you really go to Disneyland if you didn't post about it? You know, it's like now like that's actually what people
Yeah,
are
but
doing nowadays.
or talking about. But I mean, don't get me wrong though. I mean, social media to me, I think it could be fun too. Like it's fun. It's fun. Like there's some funny shit on there, man. Like there's some shit that there's also some things that you can learn on there too. Like if you
Oh
use it
yeah,
for the right reasons, like you could learn a lot. You could like discover new things.
yeah.
Like it's kind of trippy if we really look into it. Like all the things that they kind of like. Sometimes I feel like my phone is listening to me sometimes because I'll be talking about some shit and then all of a sudden I have an ad about like, hey, this is like your answer to your problem that you were talking about earlier, and I'm like, damn, like this is some crazy shit. But
Well,
but
just to make sure, don't forget to get those
it,
tampons. Those tampons.
yeah.
If you get tampon ads on your Instagram, it was me. Dude, that shit's crazy though. Like I've seen ads
uh,
pop up. My boy
that's
got into
that's that's what Ugo's getting the tampon ads right now.
fuck Ugo. He showed us up. You were telling me that you missed a potential date with a girl
Yeah,
just
yeah,
just to
yeah,
make a
yeah.
podcast.
Like a short thing,
And we
and
also have we have another guest on Chito who's gonna. I think he's not gonna make it this episode, but I think you guys got some beef, and we're just gonna let it happen, man.
yeah, yeah. We need to air it out. We're gonna
Yeah,
air it out. I
but
think, yeah.
so just to close out this topic, if you're on Instagram, if you're on Snapchat, whatever the case may be, just think twice about when you take out your phone, take a photo, and want to share it. Like, just think about the psychological reason why you're doing this. Like, fishing for likes, it's kind of like a hit. You know, it's like dopamine's like you see the likes, it's like a drug. So try to wean off social media. Use Twitter. Twitter is cool as fuck. I like Twitter. I think you just see like some wild shit out there, man. Twitter's fun.
Yes, sir. I like I think that people like what I see now is people getting obsessed with like, oh, who saw my shit? You know what I mean? Like I posted it,
Oh
like who actually
yeah,
looked at it?
you talking about the
You know what I'm
stories?
saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like you post so many stories and like you go through and you actually look to see who looked at your stuff. So yeah, I think it's wild, man. Like I think it's wild. I think it's definitely heading in the direction like what we were talking about with like what's going on with China right now. But it's
Well,
whatever you make it.
yeah.
You
So
you can use it for something productive. But
this is my exact thought process when I do that. I'll do a story, and the first thing I'm hoping is the girl that I like, or the girl that I'm into, or the girl that I think is cute saw my shit. That's all I care about, man. And I
Right,
that's like
right, right,
that's what goes through in my mind when I'm trying to like see like. But then it's just like just fucking talk to her. Just pick up the phone. That's the way I see
right,
it.
right. You know what's funny as hell is that you can see who started watching the story, and as you progress through more stories, who just like flipped over and like didn't keep watching your shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's a pretty fun thing, man. It's
you see
like
people's story and it's like the lines. It's just like hella lines. I'm like, yeah, fuck that, bro. I ain't gonna see all that shit, man.
fucking next,
Yeah, dudes,
next.
for real.
I think it'll be like they're able to like publish what story to like show everybody like, yo, look what this fucking asshole is looking at.
Yeah, it's funny because I can see on YouTube who saw my shit and how long did it take them for for them to click off my video, like their peak interest, and then usually it's about a minute. Like it's really hard to get people's attention.
It's about a minute.
Yeah, people click on and click off, man. Like that's why I like to keep shit short. So on
Yeah,
to the next topic. This is the meaty, juicy part of the hamburger, and we've been talking about this on our server. Uh, it's
quite a bit.
caused quite discussion. Let's talk
Quite a
about
bit.
hot primas. Let's talk about how, how far removed from the family do they have to be in order for you to hit it. I'm serious,
Well, yeah, and you know what? This was a topic of a lot of contention, man. There's a lot of discussion going
because
on Cordia
I
about
know
this.
I know Sanchito. He says fucking first cousins, bro. Fucking just go for it. Um, I know Ugo's had some tia encounters, or was it somebody else? I don't know. Somebody had a tia
I didn't
encounter.
know that.
Yeah, so I don't know,
Yo,
man.
I think it's actually not even that uncommon. It's not as uncommon as you think. Like definitely not. It might be here in the US because of how we're brought up, but the world. And I'm actually looking at I got research behind this on the New York Times right here. Is no genetic reason to discourage cousin marriage. So I'm not even talking about cousin marriage, but around the world, like there's some places where like 50% of like relationships are between cousins.
Oh
So
Jesus.
like genetically, I don't think that there's anything wrong with it, but you know, it is kind of fucked up. Like if especially if you grew up real close and it's like, you know,
Um, yeah, no, I've personally never had any encounters like that, just because I don't know, man. It's just like that psychological thing. Obviously, like you get close. Like for me, I was very close with my cousins growing up, and we're all like very like similar ages and shit.
yep.
Uh, so I think because of that, like we were super close, and like they were basically my brothers and sisters. Never had an encounter. Now we are Mexican, so you go to like
A la
you.
prima se la rima.
Yeah.
O a la prima no se la rima.
It's just like you go to parties.
I
That's where it fucks you up. You
just
go to
heard,
parties. You go to quinceañeras. You go to bodas. You go to
yep.
bautizos. You go to all these crazy ass parties. Not just in the states, but when you go back to Mexico, and you don't fucking know. Like you see a girl, you dance with her, and you've never met her before, and then you find out later, oh, that's your like so and so like
That's your
relative,
cousin.
and you're just like fuck. Well, I mean,
Too late.
you know, too late.
Too late. Found out too late.
So what? Have you had
You're like,
any stories?
yeah, I mean, look, man, you know, I'll tell you a funny ass story of like some of my cousins down in Mexico and some shit like that. You know what I mean? Just like what you described right now. You know, it was like you go down there, you were fucking growing up out here, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like this is and you're like, what the fuck? I didn't know that. You know, but yeah, I got a funny story about out there in Mexico. It's not about like hot primos necessarily, but this shit was funny, bro. Like my brother and I went out there for like a few weeks. Young, we're like 18, and my brother was like
Uh-huh.
15. So he's got this girl like in the room with him, and he's like, you know, he's in there for a while. So then he comes out. They look like they were like, yeah, we didn't do anything or whatever. So then my other cousin goes in, and he's like making out with the girl. And my little brother wasn't around at that point. But then afterwards, my cousin is like all bragging. He's like, ah, no mames, güey, hasta te acaricia la lengua, cabrón. He's like, yo, besa bien chingón. And he was like, you kissed her right now? And he was like, yeah. He was like, yo, dude, she was just sucking my dick. She didn't even wash her fucking mouth. He was like,
Bro,
no mames, güey. It was like, yo, for real. But but no, like crazy shit happens. I mean, the point of that is crazy shit happens out there in Mexico. It's never a fucking dull moment. But as far as like
dude.
the hot primas, like I don't know, man. Like how do what do you feel about it? Like as far as like do you see something wrong with it?
Um, I think like first cousins is just too close, bro.
Yeah,
Like, but I will say it's always given me an advantage. Like when I go out, I'll go out with my, my cousins. They're all like very attractive, and then that helps me get girls because they see, girls with girls are like, oh, okay, like this dude's obviously like the man, So they've always been really good wingmen for me, and vice versa. I think like
right. Yeah, it always helps, man. If you're going out with girls who are hot, like you know what I mean, like other
yeah.
people do it too. It always helps. What about second cousins?
So second cousin would be what? Would it be your cousin's cousin, or would it be your cousin
I
had
guess it would be
kids?
like your how would that work? It would be
I,
like
so this is the one that confuses
maybe
me.
like your
The one that
parents' cousins' kids.
parents, cousins. Yeah. Exactly. So it's like basically your grandma and their grandma are siblings. So it's like,
And the funny shit is that this happens a
yeah.
lot, like especially with
Oh
Mexico.
yeah.
Like I meet so many people that are like, "Oh yeah, we're cousins somehow.
Yeah.
We're like cousins." You know
Yeah.
what
I
I
think
mean?
if I'm not mistaken, my my parents are somehow related to each other. They're not like cousins or anything, but they are like they didn't have to go that far. Is basically what I'm saying. And you think about it, like especially in like rural Mexico, like you really couldn't travel as much, back in the days, so you would
There's nowhere to
basically
go.
just whoever was in town or the next town over, and that was it. Like you find someone and you marry them and have kids, and then later you find out the repercussions of that. Oh, we were cousins or something like that. But it's just a small world, man.
Yo, and it's a real fucking thing, man. Like yo, I'll tell you, like my dad's town. Like it's like basically like people that are just like, there's a lot of like either Zúñigas or Martinez or Delgados, like, and this is like a small town. So the funny shit is though that they all have like very similar features. So I could tell who's a Martinez, I could tell who's a Delgado, even if I never met them, even if they're like
They
third
have like
generation.
traits,
They
right?
have
Or
this,
like
yeah,
features.
they have like
Yeah.
fucking strong features that you're just like you're like, oh, okay, like no doubt. Like I would have known. Like even if you would have told me that you were from that family, and I can only think that it's because like at some point, like far up that fucking chain, it was like primas or even fucking closer, like it's
Oh
some
man,
crazy shit. But you know, I was like, all right, you already know.
dude. Yeah. Have you ever had any encounters with tias or tios?
Nah, not really, yo. Like, well, no, not at all. It's not even not really. Like, it
um,
was not just way older. DS deals like way older.
yeah, I forgot somebody on Discord had an encounter with her tia, and then it was funny because I was reading this book from Charlemagne the God, and he said that his aunt made him like suck her titties when he was like 9, and and like she would babysit him, and like he would have to like do it,
Bro, that's fucked up.
and I guess he enjoyed it, and then I guess
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah.
his book he said like one day she got Jerry curls, and he just like instant turn off, and like he just like got totally like unattracted to it and stopped
That's what
doing
turned
it.
them off.
he stopped doing it,
Oh, yeah, he had a choice.
and then I guess she got mad, and then she's like, resented him and said, "Oh, if you ever tell anyone," and blah blah blah. And now, of course, now it's in his book, so everybody fucking knows.
Yo,
Dude. Oh
pretty sure
man.
he didn't name her though, right? He didn't. He probably didn't name her. That would be fucking funny.
Nah. See, the problem with this is
It'd
we
be
have.
fucked up if he only has one. If he only has one Dia.
I know, right? The problem is the other half. The other half of this conversation needs to be done by Ugo and Sanch because they've actually had encounters. That was the whole point of this topic. We can only talk
Yeah, they're
about
fucking
whether
dicks.
it's right or wrong, but I wanted to hear some stories, man. I wanted to.
Yeah, yeah. Now we should move. That was the whole point of getting that topic on here.
All right, let's talk about kids. Let's talk about. Well, you got kids, man. So
I have kids. I have three kids.
they ever they
Three
ever
kids.
they ever get on your nerves or what?
Uh, Hell the fuck yeah, they get on my nerves, man. They fucking, like close to like, you know, almost every, not I wouldn't say every day, but definitely they get on my nerves because, they got different personalities. Like so, my daughter's going through this phase where she's just like she knows everything. So anything I say, she's like, "Oh, I know," and I'm like, "So why the fuck you do it if you know? Why aren't you doing it?" You know what I mean? So it's
Ah,
just like, yeah, but there are little things that get you pissed off. It's not anything
mm,
that that big. At the end of the, it's definitely not enough. Like to the Ugo was taking it where he was just like, "Yo, I fucking hate kids." You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
I mean,
Yeah. Now,
I
but they
had
piss you off. They piss me off all the time.
yeah. I will say it's different because you have kids and they're your own, so you can like you have to put up with that shit. Whereas like I went to go see Lion King and the kids behind me, like sitting behind me, the whole movie, bro. Like I didn't know this was I bought a ticket to see the live commentary version of Lion King, but literally every fucking thing that happened, they're just like, "Oh, this is the part where Mufasa dies. Oh my god!" And like hella loud, bro. And
Word, word, word.
their parents are just like, "This is just what they do. I
Letting
can't
it,
no
letting it
control."
happen.
I'm just like, "Oh my
Yo,
god,
but
bro."
sometimes it's like that though, man. Sometimes it's like that. It's real easy to be like, yo, this is how I would be if I was a parent. Trust me, like I used to say that shit all the
Yeah,
time. Like, this is how I would be. You think of
yeah, yeah,
yourself as like a disciplinarian, like you
yeah.
think of all the things, but at the same time, when it's like your kids, it's a whole different ball game, man.
Yeah,
It's a
it's
whole
that.
different ball game.
When
But
I
it
have
definitely,
kids, I'm gonna make
yeah,
sure, they do
yeah,
this and that, then they're not gonna be
you're right.
assholes.
Fuck you.
And then they just slap you across the face, and you're like, "Well, fuck."
Yep. Yeah. Fuck it.
They take
Yeah,
a
it was a
shit
funny, it was a,
on the
it was a
carpet.
funny, it was a
It's
funny, it was a funny video I saw today. As a matter of fact, on fucking Instagram, somebody said it is like, and he's like, wake up. It is like a night vision cam in the room, and he fucking smacked the shit out the mom. Right? He's like, pow. Yo, the mom looked up. She looked up. The little kid must have been like 2. She looked up and she was like, pow, right back.
Dude, kids, bro. Kids are wilder now, I think, because you got the internet to see all that shit. Like
Yeah,
now, people are like broadcasting that shit now. Like it wasn't like that before. Like you
yeah.
could, like I saw a video of a kid at a barbershop getting his ass beat by his mom. Like
That's
literally
fucked up,
pulled
man.
the
I don't
pants
believe in
all the
like
way down.
fucking.
Bah, bah. I'm just like, and this was like on like Facebook Live or whatever. I'm like, man, this
That's
is.
fucked up, man.
I'm gonna call Child Protective Services on your ass, man. That's some
Ugh.
fucked up shit, bro.
That's public humiliation. And at the same time, you gotta think if the kid is like telling you off in public like that,
Yeah,
it's probably because of something that he's seeing from you or he's doing from you. You know what I mean? Like if so, like that's an extreme reaction to something that you're probably causing. You know what I mean?
yeah. And it's just worse now, bro. Because think about that. Like that video went viral, so it's like that kid is always gonna be like, like he's gonna see
Yeah.
that. He can't run away from that. And also that's your barbershop, man. I don't know about you, but I've been going to the same barber since I was like fucking, I don't even know, like 18, bro. Like I
Yeah.
I have a like
I switch sometimes.
It's like, fuck,
18 was
man.
right around the corner for you, though.
I'm just saying, bro. It's like it's very hard to find a new barber or to find a barber that you can trust. And
Yeah,
I mean, you can't go back there. You
it
got your
is.
ass
I
beat
don't
by your
know.
mama, man. You got to go to a new town. I don't know, man. I don't know what
Barbers
you do.
piss me off all the time. The first couple times they cut you, the first couple months, they're like taking their time. They're fucking doing their best, and then it comes a point where they're just like, all right, come on, like, and they just fucking
Yeah,
rush through it.
it's
But
like I can't speak for this, but it sounds like how sex is when you get married.
yeah, I guess. I mean I never had a problem with that. I mean I was married, bro, but like that was never a problem. If anything, that's what kept us together that long.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
So
that
what's
was
the secret,
probably one
bro?
of the reasons. That was probably
What's the
one of the
secret?
reasons. Bro, you just gotta do it whether you feel fucking good or not. Like whether you're mad or not. Like sometimes like that's the best makeup. That's the best makeup. Makeup sex is fucking
Make of sex.
the shit. And like, but sometimes like I guess that's. I mean, if I would have known the secret, I would still be. But definitely like I feel like that's what kept it together that
I
much
think
longer.
for marriages, you gotta there is no line you cannot cross. Like, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to eat my asshole from time to time. I think when you're married, that's part of the commitment right there, right? That's what
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, it's whatever you're into, man. Like, you're not happy with, and that's some shit that I was kind of like, just thinking about the other day. Like, if you're not happy with the sex life before, like, you really won't be happy with
oh
it
man,
afterwards.
right?
Like, the same, freaky shit you are, then you're just setting yourself up for failure afterwards. Because that's a big part. That's a big part of like being
Right?
together in a relationship. Like, yeah, dude, that's a huge part, man. Like,
Yeah.
that's like shit. That's like the thing that you're gonna be doing the most. You know what I mean? At least at first, and then afterwards, like we said, like that's one thing that's gonna keep you together. So, like, yeah, you got to make sure that that's intact before you move forward on anything.
I met a girl and
But as far
she was married and she was into like threesomes and shit, but her husband wasn't. And I could see that relationship, like
uh,
you could see it tanking because she obviously
teetering,
had like higher expectations or like was like not satisfied with the current sex life. And I was like, yo, can I volunteer? I mean,
it's like what's the name of that movie? Was it Old School? In the beginning,
old school.
the dude when the
Dude, I
dude
remember.
leaves, he leaves his wife and he comes back because he forgets something,
Oh yeah,
and then
and it's like a straight up
the
like
closet.
gangbang, right?
He's like, "Yo, I'm here for the gangbang."
Dude,
Oh
I feel like once
man.
you cross a certain age, bro, it's just like no fucks given, man.
Yo,
No
it's just a
fucks given.
is a communication, man. It's a communication that's like that's gotta be key. Like you gotta be honest with like, yo, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. Like, you know what I mean? Because
At
if you
what point of the
don't,
relationship do you bring that up, though? That's the real question.
yeah. I mean, I guess like that. Like if you're into like fucking threesomes and like I guess every guy would want a threesome with like two girls. You know, like
Right.
everybody fantasize about that at some point, but there's a fantasizing with it and then actually
Doing it.
like liking it as like a regular part of your
Yeah.
like. But there's whole communities that do that shit. So if the
Right.
people weren't into it, and I guess those are just people that are more open with it. You know what I mean? Because there are a lot like I've heard of a lot of like communities that are just like yo fucking swingers. You know?
Oh, I know, dude. I met swingers. I was,
Yeah.
yeah, I actually had it. My, sorry, I have someone spraying water at me. Uh, but yeah, dude, when I was 18 or 19, I had a threesome and it was like crazy. And ever since then, bro, like I peaked at 19, bro. Like I've been chasing that ever since, bro.
Yo, I had this crazy ass experience with a cousin of mine. Yo, this dude is funny as hell, yo. Like I wish we could have. I'm gonna invite him on here because he's
Yeah,
fucking.
bro.
He's a funny mother. He's like very artsy, like crazy motherfucker, yo. Like
Uh huh.
he lived at my house for like a year,
Damn.
and he would be out on his motorcycle in jeans and no shirt, just like sprawled out on his like lane, like catching a tan. But
Uh,
he always had girls coming through, right? And this guy, like I would hear him in like the other room, and he'd just be going for like hard, like boom, 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 like for like fucking
he
20
never
minutes. I'm
tag
like,
teamed
yo,
you, bro.
I'm like,
You
what
never
the
put the tag in and said, "Hey,
Nah,
bro."
so hold on. This gets better. So then I'm like, what the fuck? Me and my brother looking at each other like, yo, this dude don't stop. And then he'd like let out like the loudest fucking. He's like, oh, like the loudest shit. No lie, yo, no lie. 30 seconds later, again, and I'm just like, yo, this dude is crazy, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this dude is crazy. So then one time, right, I had this little girl coming through that she was into his girlfriend, and she's talking to my cousin, whatever, and I didn't even know what was going on. They set this shit up behind my back. So we're out there, we're like, we're smoking a little bit in the backyard, and we come inside. I go to the bathroom. When I come back, the girl that I'm with is just like looking like this, like rubbing on her titties and shit. And this dude is getting his dick sucked by his girl, and they're like, and I'm just like, okay, dope. So we went at it, and it was the funniest shit ever, yo. It was like it was like we were competing on who was gonna come first. You know what I'm saying? So we're like, yo,
Oh man.
it was like a 3 hour ordeal. It was
Oh
like the
shit.
wildest shit. Yo, it was yo, I'm not lying. Like when you fuck in a car, like all the windows get foggy.
Yeah.
No, it was so
Fucking
crazy. It was a
Titanic, bro.
room. Now it was a room, and
Oh
all the windows
shit.
got foggy. It was
Damn.
crazy. It was crazy. Yo. It was like that's the craziest experience I've ever had, as far as like a group setting like that. But yeah, we went back and forth. Fucking, his girl, my girl.
Damn. Dude,
What else? We had a lot of stories.
we got
I'm gonna
plenty
get
of
him on
stories.
here.
We got plenty of stories.
Shout out, shout out, shout out to Jay. What's his? That's a JM.
Who?
He's out in Arizona actually. My
Who?
cousin.
Oh, okay, okay,
My
okay.
cousin. Yeah, yeah. I call him Jules. Juels.
Jules.
His name is Julian.
we we're about to wrap up. We're hit the 13-minute mark on this topic. We do have a few shout outs. Shout out to my boy Bops. It was his birthday over the weekend, and he's still recovering. And also Ninju, his birthday was I think a day or two after. So shout out to them. Also, Ninju's going through some crazy girlfriend that he just met, and they're getting matching tattoos and shit all within a couple of weeks or within a
Now
week or
she's
two.
posting
Now
using his
she's
account.
now she's using his account to say shit, and oh, she said she's down to model for us if we get her a shirt. So we'll definitely
We
do that.
gotta we gotta talk to him, yo. Like once you give a girl your phone, then you can't ever take that shit back.
Oh, I know, man. Yeah, exactly.
But
I think
hey,
moving
someday
too
we'll have
fast.
to find out.
It just, I mean, I'm just hoping that that's some dang pussy or something. There's got to be something going on. Maybe it's her head. She used good head.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like hella funny. I had me and my boys over at the house the other day. We were watching the Pacquiao fight, and it was like in between the fights. We're talking about, we're just talking like right now, like just sex stories and shit. And they both talked about the same chick. Apparently, there's this chick that has like the best head, like she gives the best head ever, bro. They still talk about it, like they're like, damn, bro, like that was the best head ever. They both like fuck this chick, I guess, at different parts of their life, bro. I'm like,
Shout
damn, bro.
shout out to
Oh, you cut out. What was that?
you there? You hear me? Oh, I said shout out to Hoover. Hoover in college, like the one you're talking about. I don't even, the fucked up part is I don't even know her real name, yo. That's just her name.
Oh shit. Well, man, thanks for hopping on and making this happen. We've been talking about this for weeks. You missed the date to do this shit. I appreciate it. Fuck you, Ugo.
Yep.
If you're watching this, fuck you, bro. You fucked up, man. We're gonna be on next week, next Tuesday. We're gonna be talking about
Let
more
me say
shit.
something too. And fuck and for no reason.
We're gonna have 3 more topics next week. If you have something you guys want to talk about that isn't being talked about right now, put it in the comments and we'll talk about it. We want to talk about everything, no filter. That's it, bro. You got anything else?
Now that's it, man. Shout outs to Joel's. That was the topic of the story that I was telling about.
Oh,
Arizona coming out there. We're gonna come visit, and I'll be in I'll be in Spain in a few days actually.
ooh, Ibiza?
I'm gonna be in Spain. Now I'm going to like the southern coast of Spain. It's a little place like an hour and a half down from Sevilla. So I'm
Ooh,
gonna be out
nice.
there. So I'll see if I can make it happen from out there. We'll do the
Yes, bro.
podcast.
That'd be fucking dope.
We'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll
All right.
figure it out.
All right. Heartbreaker Jaime. This was Discordia y Desmadre.
LZ
Luis, we'll be back next week.
later. Be easy.
And pull out.
Don't pull out.